What they do, what it is, this is Orion aka Brass Balls, a deep dive tape stash adventure we are about to go on. Now before we take that plunge, make sure you subscribe, like, reshare, post, all of that. Hit me up on YouTube. Orion Hip Hop is where you can find previous episodes of Deep Dive Tape Stash and other interesting things I may have on my YouTube, such as my own music videos or even remixes I've done, or even tape cassettes that were demos or never released music, or released music but very obscure that you can't really find online. That's what I do for y'all. This is the type of hip-hop I provide for y'all. Now, what we are about to plunge into, this is not a dip in the pool. This is not a leap in the lake. This is a scuba mission in the Mariana Trench. This is Scarface, y'all. I never seen a man cry till I see a man die. This is my favorite Scarface song, hands down. There's a lot of Scarface songs I like. I'm a huge Scarface fan, but this one right here is what made me a fan through and through of Scarface. Yes, I heard him on Ghetto Boys prior to this. Yes, he had 2 or maybe 3 albums out before this, but this song right here is what solidified it in my eyes as this guy is a force to be reckoned with on the mic. This song is so great. The storytelling, what he's saying, it's like there's a lot of quotables on this. The delivery is just impeccable. This is a perfect song through and through. And one of his big hits, I think it put him in the Billboard charts as a solo artist, and I don't think he had achieved that as of yet at that point. Obviously, Scarface was successful due to Ghetto Boys, and also his solo career was taking off, but this really catapulted him on some next level shit. I remember first hearing this song from watching the video on Yo MTV Raps. The video went hand in hand with the song. Perfect depiction of everything he was saying. It's accredited to being directed by CJ Mack. Now, I'm not too sure if this is the same CJ Mack that was also a rap artist down with Mac 10 and Who Bangin'. Obviously, he had some kind of relationship with Rap-A-Lot Records. If it was, shout out to the brother. Definitely did his thing on this directorial debut, because from my research, this was the first video he had his hands in directing. And I'm pretty sure it is the same CJ Mack that was an MC, because CJ Mack was part of the movie with Mac 10 and Fat Joe. Yeah, or Thicker Than Water, I think it was called. Anyways, going back to the track itself, it was produced by Scarface and Mike Dean. A lot of people might not know Scarface is also a musician. He is capable of laying some bass lines and guitar notes. And if you haven't checked it out, you can check out the Tiny Desk episode, NPR Tiny Desk, where Scarface performed with the band and Mike Dean backing him. And he also played bass and guitar as well in that performance. Go check it out. Definitely a dope one to check out. N.O. Joe also had a hand in fleshing this whole thing out. There's an interview that you can peep with N.O. Joe where he speaks on, what he did as far as mixing and everything. And even Mike Dean expressed how N.O. Joe had a hand in shaping and polishing this song for them when they got it done. So I'm going to actually put in the description box on YouTube a link to the N.O. Joe interview and a link to the Mike Dean, as well as the Tiny Desk. Fuck it, why not? Now, the Diary album that this song is from, I happen to have the Diary album on CD, and I also have it on tape cassette. I had it on tape cassette first because at that time I had a Mazda 323 with a tape cassette player, and I needed something to jam to, and got a good deal on the tape cassette, so I was jamming to it. The Diary is a classic album. Songs like, obviously, Jesse James, Hand on the Dead Body featuring Devin the Dude and Ice Cube are classics. The only song on the Diary that I really wasn't feeling is the album title Cut. I wasn't really feeling that beat, and I don't know, just didn't mesh. It didn't mesh with the whole album and the vibe that this whole album gave. Which brings me to the B-side of this tape single, and it's G's. Shit is hard as hell. This one is accredited to being produced by N.O. Joe. The bass line is ill. There's guitar notes in it. Just like the overall, all the little nooks and crannies of this production is so sick. And Face is just ripping it on this shit. The hook is quintessential, mid 90s, West Coast influence, Now when you're rolling through the motherfucking hood, what do you see? I see some motherfucking G's. A lot of motherfuckers was rolling in the 90s, yo. You know what I mean? There was a lot of rolling going on in the 90s, But yeah, dope ass track. Good to have that as the B-side to this tape single. Rap-A-Lot Records, it was a force to be reckoned with in the 90s, late 90s, and even in the 2000s. Artists like, of course, Scarface, Devin the Dude, Willie D, Gangsta Nip. Even I think K Reno might have released some albums on Rap-A-Lot Records, but they had a lot of dope material that they put out. And if you're a fan of the 90s, if you're a fan of that West Coast vibe, that what the South was at that time, that sound, Rap-A-Lot Records has a catalog that you must take a dive into, no doubt, because they put out classic material. Oh, can't forget Do or Die. Do or Die, even though they weren't from Texas, they weren't from the South, they were a Chicago group. Definitely dope music that they put out under Rap-A-Lot Records. I Never Seen a Man Cry. Production wise, the beat is so cinematic. What he's saying is so ill. I'm surprised that it hasn't been licensed to film. I don't know how this song has not made it onto film soundtracks, because there's a whole lot of movies that I feel like this song would be perfect for. The tape itself got the album version and the instrumental. Then on the B-side, it's got the album version and the instrumental. So kudos for that. As always, I would have liked some remixes, but this will do. This was cool to have. I got this shit still in the packaging because of the fact I got it in a bulk shipment that came through eBay. So shout out to the good people that sent it to me like this. It's in pretty good condition. Appreciate that. The album, the cover of this tape single. Now they have a gravestone of McCool or something like. Yeah, I think that it's pronounced McCool or McCool. And it has a born date of April 20th, 1860, died March 22nd, 1888. Now, I'm not too sure if they just got any gravestone picture and put it up and didn't really think twice. Maybe even took out the person's first name. But I tried researching it. I couldn't find anything. The Civil War was already underway. And this person was born during the Civil War, so obviously this wasn't no general in the Civil War or anything. I'm not too sure if this has any significance whatsoever, other than the fact that this gravestone highlights somebody that died at age 28, which is relatively young, and kind of the story that the song is proposing. But I just thought I might as well take a look into it, just in case I could give y'all some fresh nugget of information. Shout out to 38 Special, Benny the Butcher, and Conway. 38 Special put out an album called 1994 a couple of years ago, and where he remade dope songs from that year, 1994, and this was one of them. And I thought what he did was pretty dope. Obviously the production was ill for what he did, but nowhere near on par to what Mike Dean and N.O. Joe and Scarface did. But still dope to check out, and dope track. All three of them laid great fucking verses on it, so I would definitely recommend y'all to go check out the 38 Special album 1994 and see where he did his interpolation of Never Seen a Man Cry. So this was that dive, y'all. Once again, this is one of my favorite, or if not the favorite joint that I have from Scarface. If you're not up on this, you are sleeping. Make sure to go check this out. It was an honor to take this dive with y'all. As always, like, share, repost, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Orion Hip Hop. Salute to all my peoples out there. July 20th, 2024, it's going down at Thank You Miami, the Plancha 14 mixtape release. I can't wait for the next deep dive tape stash episode because I got some dope shit lined up for y'all with that one. With that said, peace out.